You either had three reactions when you heard this news. No! Yay! Or no, yeah, or... Hey guys, this is Morgan Stradley with the Rotoscopers, and today I am bringing you some huge, groundbreaking news that just shatters everything you believed in. We are getting Toy Story 4. Yeah, you heard me correctly. 4. The perfect trilogy that ended so well and left you in tears and bawling like a baby. They're gonna do it again, basically. So this news came directly yesterday from Disney. Disney Pixar, they are going to release Toy Story 4 and John Lasseter is going to be directing. I think this is pretty interesting because John Lasseter is currently the chief creative officer of two studios, Walt Disney Animation Studios and Pixar. This is a super busy guy. So I'm just really interested because now is he gonna just continue doing what he's doing and also be directing a movie full time? I think some other people might be helping him along the way, but yeah, he's going to be directing this movie. This is the first time since Cars 2 that he directed a film. And I know, some people are gonna say, Cars 2 is the movie that ruined Pixar's perfect winning streak. Well, yes, kind of, but you know, it's John Lasseter, that's the thing. If anyone were going to direct a Toy Story 4 movie that's gonna, like, you know, take this franchise to a next level, I'm glad it's John Lasseter because I believe in him so much. He's incredibly creative. I mean, he's the creative officer of two studios. So in this news, he talked about how he and the Brain Trust have developed the idea for Toy Story 4. We don't know anything about the idea yet, so I can't tell you the plot, but he said, you know, once we started thinking about this, we couldn't stop. And so I really wanted to, you know, take this project over. So my thoughts now, you can agree with these or disagree with these in the comments below, of course. But, you know, initially when I heard this, I just thought, ooh, money, money, money. Like, that's what this had to be. Disney coming to Pixar saying, hey, remember that $1 billion franchise that you have just sitting on the shelf dying? Yeah, we want to dust that off and bring it back. Like, you know, remember Frozen? It made $1 billion. We like that. Remember Star Wars? That made billions and billions of dollars. We like that too. And remember that Toy Story over there? Yeah, we like that too. Kids like that. So I just think that really Disney had a lot to play in this. People are gonna say, oh no, Pixar has said in the past that they only do sequels if they have a good idea. Here's the thing, that may be true, but there's nothing that said that maybe Disney wasn't pushing them to come up with a good idea. I don't know about you, but this is not what I was really asking for. I'm kind of excited, kind of like, ugh, are they gonna ruin it? I don't know, but remember, like, The Incredibles 2, we wanted that for years and years and years. And they finally came up with a good story apparently, and now we're developing it. That's great. I wasn't really asking for Toy Story 4, personally. But, you know, the Toy Story franchise, it really transcends all ages. There are people who grew up in the 90s who were 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 when Toy Story, the first one, came out, and they still love it. And there are people who are 5 years old right now who also still love the Toy Story franchise. So it makes sense that they want to keep, you know, fresh blood and make this alive again. You know, the toys are coming alive again, woohoo! For a new generation, and I really hope that they do a good job with it. And you know, it's Pixar. Of any studio that's gonna do this, it's Pixar. They have topped every single Toy Story franchise, which is their main, like probably their most iconic franchise, and they've topped it every time. Toy Story was great. Toy Story 2 was unbelievable. Toy Story 3 was incredible. So I'm just expecting Toy Story 4 to continue this trend. I'm not gonna have doubts on Pixar. Yes, I'm a little like, what? Like, okay. You know, a few years ago, there was a rumor that Toy Story 4 was happening because Tom Hanks had sort of spilled the beans on something, and then, you know, later they were like, oh, no, this is just the TV specials, and we kind of thought, oh, okay, maybe he was talking about the TV specials. Maybe he wasn't talking about the TV specials. Can't trust that Tom Hanks. Okay, so this movie is coming out June 2017. So 3 years from now, we are gonna get a new Toy Story film. So in 2015, we're gonna get Inside Out and The Good Dinosaur. 2016, Finding Dory. 2017, we are going to get Toy Story 4. It's pretty exciting, pretty cool. There's still no date on the Dia de los Muertos movie. Is that being pushed? Is it kind of stuck in development? We don't know, but they announced this movie and they also announced the date, which is kind of a big deal. So I imagine that they are kind of rolling on this with scripts. They kind of know where he said once they had the idea, they knew where they wanted to go with it. So I trust them, I believe in them. So the date that is coming out, June 16th, 2017. This will forever be known as Animation Month because there are two other huge movies coming out that same month. So the week before, on June 9th, How to Train Your Dragon 3 is going to be released. Pretty close. 2 weeks after Pixar's movie comes out, we have Despicable Me 3. These are 3 huge franchises for these studios, and they're all sequels, or threequels, or fourquels, whatever, and they are going to be competing head to head, like battling it out. And I'm wondering what those other studios are feeling like right now. I know everyone sort of like claims their spots, that like even 5 years down the road we're going to release a movie here, we're not going to tell you what it is, but forever this film was known as the Untitled Pixar film, and I'm sure they weren't thinking, they're gonna release Toy Story 4. No, there's no way. They didn't even cross their minds. And so now I'm sure they're like, oh crap. That's one of only 2 animated films to make over $1 billion. Ours hasn't done that. They've done really well, but they haven't done that. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe 1 or 2 of those dates get shuffled a little bit, maybe a week later, a week earlier. I don't know. Pixar definitely, they are king, so they are gonna stick it. And I don't know, like, I'm excited for June 2017. I've never been so excited for a very specific month, that many years in advance, but there's going to be a lot of good things. Alright guys, those are my quick thoughts about Toy Story 4. Please let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about this movie. Are you a thumbs up or are you thumbs down? If you like the Toy Story franchise, just at all, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, and yeah, until next time, I'm Morgan and this is the Rotoscopers YouTube.